Here.
All right, call to order the Lapel Town Council special meeting for June 24th, 2026 at 7 p.m. at the Lapel Lions Club. If we could, please get everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Chad Blake.
Present.
Lindsay Washmuth. Here. Christy Workman.
Here.
Let the record show that Gary Shuck and Roger Faust are not here.
All right. New business. We have our town liability insurance is due. Yes, ma'am.
May I respectfully request that we add public comment back to the agenda for tonight?
We typically don't do that for special meetings. If it is in concern of the water utility rate that we would like comment, there's been 4 opportunities for public hearings for that. And at this time, if we have anyone that is here that would like to speak, please raise your hand on the topic of the water rate. Okay. What we will do is we will give a small opportunity to speak prior to the vote. All right. Okay. So our liability insurance is due for renewal. And pull this up here. Ms. Teresa, if you have the information to be able to speak on it. Somewhere in one of these emails. There it is.
I sent it to you. Click on your name.
I hate this email. I think once you open it, it disappears.
I know, it did disappear because I don't see it.
Okay, I have the summary page pulled up if that works.
That works.
All right, we almost got to it.
Yeah.
So what this is, we renew our overall insurance policy. This is not health insurance or anything, but auto policies, workman's comp, overall information. And this year, we are adding the category of cyber liability as the world has gone crazy direction there. But we have a policy term of 2627. I'm looking for I thought it had a summary of the increase in premium.
That was on that first page.
So we have a total renewal charge of $94,251 and no cents for the 2026 to 2027 renewal. That is an average of a 24% increase in cost over the previous year, with the additional $4,000 for our cyber liability.
What's your cyber liability?
That protects computer systems. If someone were to hack town hall and burn up our server and steal data or anything, it helps protect against that.
Do we know,
I don't think you need it.
have we offered an opportunity for any other companies to to offer a quote on this? I know we did a couple of years ago, have we since?
We did last year, and then this year we had nobody. It's hard for us to get insurance right now because we have the gas company.
Yep.
So next year when we go to do our insurance, we will probably be able to, there was only 2 companies that could even insure our gas, so
Okay.
next year will be a whole different ballgame when it comes to our liability insurance, yes.
Council members have any other questions? All right, at this time, I would make a motion to accept our insurance coverage through Myers Insurance here in Lapel for the 2026-2027 year.
Second.
Chad,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Christie,
Yes.
All right. Next item on our agenda tonight is the old business, and that is the water utility rate. As I stated at the beginning of the meeting, addressing Council Woman Christie, we have exceeded all of the required meeting and speaking opportunities for this. As there are some faces here in the crowd that haven't spoken, we will give, and this is not public hearing, this is just public comment. There is a difference, but anybody that would like to come up and make a statement prior to our vote, please come up, state your name at the podium, and keep your statement within 5 minutes.
I'll go first. Hello, I'm Bonnie Hirschberger. Wrong
Up
one?
to the podium there, sorry. That way you'll get on the camera.
Appreciate it. I'm Bonnie Hirschberger. I live over on Gwynn Lane, and this is the first I've heard of any meeting. So I apologize for not being at the other 4. I want to know, how do you take in $3 million and not have it to pay back? This town isn't that big. Where did that money go? And why am I responsible for it? Isn't this what town council is for? Isn't this what our town hall is for? Isn't there some kind of audit system in place?
So the misconception is that we overbilled them and therefore we had extra money. When the rate study was done in 2021, anytime we do a rate study, it looks at the cost of operating utility and then tells us what our rate has to be to cover the operating cost. As a municipal utility, we can't run a huge profit, and we also can't run a deficit. So in this case, the customer that was overbilled supplemented every other citizen's water bill. So their bill was high, which caused everyone else's to be low. We took in only the amount of money that was necessary for the operation of the water utility. There wasn't a flood of money that was available. It was simply, they paid too much, everyone else paid too little. So everyone in town's water bill has been supplemented through that customer for the last 5 years.
and this is not payback.
And this is not payback. This rate is literally only to correct the error and make sure that we are receiving the revenue stream that we are required by law to meet the requirements to pay our bonds and our debts and operate the water system.
That understood. What about us that are on fixed incomes? Is there any consideration in there for someone who is not rolling in the money?
There is not built into the rate because the rate is built to just evenly affect every customer. So our town manager, Jenny Rusky, who's behind you right now, she is working with our financial planner, trying to come up with some type of future assistance program for any of our customers. And we have to find something that would hopefully last long-term. So we don't have a solution in place now, but we are required by law to operate at a positive and not a negative. And all this does is bring that up. There's no repayment to the customer that was overcharged. There's no additional funds for anything else. There's no updates to the system. This is literally to make us solvent and be able to pay our bills as required by law.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, see you later.
That's great.
Anyone else?
Oh, sorry.
My name is
Push
Kathy
your
Dyer.
button on the microphone.
Yeah, square button on the bottom, press and hold it. It'll turn green. There you go.
Let's go.
My name is Kathy Dyer. I am a long-term resident of Lapel. I'll be 50 years in November. And I have lived on both sides of the tracks, so now I'm on the wrong side. And just wanted you to know that I am concerned about the rate hike because I'm on a limited income. I'm retired now, and I only get so much money. And I knew about 2 meetings. I didn't know there was a third one. I was out of town on the other 2. Otherwise, I would have been there to talk about it. But, that's my concern. You all, the town hall knows me because I am proactive. Anything that happens to my water, I don't post it on Facebook to people that you cannot see. I go directly to the source quite often, and I get answers. And I'm not mean, and I don't mean to be mean today either. I'm just concerned that I only have so much money that I can afford to give you all, and I'm willing to pay for what I use. But that's my concern, is hopefully that you won't put it at, I think it's 63.3% it's gonna go up. That's what I saw the other day, but it's been a couple of different things. And that's my concern, is that it's gonna be a lot more expensive than what I can afford. And I know my ex-husband had wrote a letter. I'll get with you later. I'll get with her later too to see because he had some ideas on how to help the elderly, which I guess I'm an elderly person now too, help supplement that, maybe do some volunteering, things like that. So I think that would be a good idea, but that's my main concern. I try to be as proactive as I can. And to me, this is being proactive, is coming here and addressing the concerns. And then, remember who did good and who did bad and not vote you in again. But thank you very much.
Mhm. Anybody else?
My name is Jill Kane. I was gonna say everything she just said over there. I'm on Gwen Lane as well, so, but I still don't understand how you can say they paid too much and overbilled and the rest of us didn't, when you raised it 24% 5 years ago. Somebody wasn't able to figure that out in the 5 years ago.
The error was not caught during the review at that time.
But shouldn't there be some type of an audit or someone overlooking everything that y'all are doing?
So,
Because I'm supposed to just take your word for it. You don't even check my meter. You run a thing over it. Now it's buried from, these people coming in. I was gone for 2 months. 2 months. My water bill and all went up. Nobody was at my house. No leak, no nothing. And I came to the town hall. I don't know if you were there or not, Teresa, but I did. And they were like, oh, well, it's just probably because you paid that flat rate.
It is the same. We do have a flat rate. So if you don't use very much
I don't.
water anyway, even when you're there. So your bill's gonna stay pretty much the same all the time. So if you're doing the minimum, your bill may go up, I think, around $17 a month is what your increase will be if you don't have any more than you there.
So this thing that you had on there, because that's not $17, isn't like what I had figured. So, it's a lot of money for people to come up with something that I don't trust you, period, that you're gonna make it right, because you've had all this time to oversee and look at it, and it's still jacked up. So how am I supposed to trust you that now you're saying this? How do I know that's the truth?
all the numbers
I
were.
don't know you. I don't know any of you. I just know that I've been here my whole life and I've never had, any issues. And it just continues to go up. And I changed my water filter within 3 or 30 minutes. I have pictures. It is as brown as, it's horrible.
All of the data is available at Town Hall for the rate increase. It shows how they did the study, how they came up with the number. That information, like I said, is readily available. Teresa will go over any questions that you have as to how they came up with the numbers. But again, it was based on, they did a rate study based on our numbers in 2021. when the new company was doing a rate study for us this year, they discovered an anomaly. We went out and reviewed, had the company go through and do a deep dive and very detailed to ensure that we were right, and that's what's
So
brought
you're
us to
saying
this
that
rate.
you read the meter right and you didn't exclude a number or didn't add something in there, so it wasn't who was reading those meters wasn't the one who messed that up?
It was a
Because what
program,
I've been
it was a
known
programming
about
error.
reading the meters, it's somebody on the town who screwed that up, and we have to pay for
So, like I said, it
it.
was
Is that yes or
when-
no? Is
when
that
the-
true?
when the new meter was installed and the programming was entered into the computer. Meter that we got during COVID should have had the extra numbers entered at the beginning. All the other meters that we had the numbers entered at the end. That programming error resulted in this.
So it was someone else's screw up that did it, and we have to pay for it?
You're not
Yes or
paying
no? I
for
mean,
it.
You're not paying for it.
You're just
the
paying
error-
5 years later.
Yeah, you had,
But it's
5
I
years
don't
of
have
this.
5 years to make up money to pay for 5 years of somebody else's jack up when, you
No.
know, there's no reason for it.
If this is,
Again, what I'm saying is, how should I be able to trust you when you can't even read my meter? And I don't know what you're gonna raise mine and what it's not. I mean, it's been messed up this whole entire time, apparently.
if this had been discovered 2 years ago, 3 years ago, this rate increase we're having now would have occurred then. Because this is not a result of how long this went on. This is a result of the fact that the amount, if you're selling a product and the product you're selling costs more to make it than what you're selling it for, you have no choice but to raise the cost of your product. That's what this is. This is not you paying
I shouldn't
more
have to
because
pay
this
for
went
the
on.
water anyway. I should be able to dig a well or put some stuff out there. Water's free. I mean, I shouldn't have to pay for someone else's mess up. And somebody else messed up. And
And
we're not
we-
gonna acknowledge that, and I think people want an acknowledgement that you guys screwed up and whoever was reading the meters messed it up.
It
And
has
we are
nothing-
liable for everybody
Ma'am.
else's mess up.
it has nothing, the meter has been read correctly. It was programmed incorrectly in 2021 or 2020 when it was replaced. The error was not caught in 2021 when the rate study was done. And had it been caught, this increase would have happened then.
At 63%?
Right.
No, it would have been closer to 80% at that time.
I don't buy that, so it's not gonna matter what all I have to say, but I just don't.
All the,
I don't trust the fact that you even have the right or the ability to do that to people. And it's like you don't care that you're really harming other people for a screw up that they didn't cause.
we legally cannot operate as a municipal utility at a loss. We have to adjust the rate for the cost of operating the utility department. We don't like the fact that it's going up either, but
Do
we
you have
have
town
to.
hot water?
I do
Do
not.
you pay?
Yes, I do.
My point
Yes, I
exactly.
do.
I do.
It doesn't,
I
you
do.
do, and
I
you do.
do.
I know you do.
She does.
I know you do. I don't know, but I know you don't. So it doesn't affect you. So none of it affects you. So you don't, to me, you don't care enough about it to do it.
Well, thank you for coming up and speaking. If you
you're
have
welcome.
any detailed questions, please get with Teresa at Town Hall. She can cover all the documentation with you.
Yeah, I have already spoken and I have more questions.
This is not a public hearing. We have granted the extra time to talk for people that have not had the opportunity to speak.
So you're not gonna let me speak?
On this topic, I am not.
Wow, this
So-
is sad.
That is sad. She
We're
should have her
going
right to
backwards.
speak.
You guys promised me whenever you took office that we would not backslide, and we're backsliding because I have one question to ask about this, and that's all I was gonna ask.
Ask your one question.
My question is, what is the requirement for municipalities to do rate studies on an annual basis?
There is no requirement to do a rate study on an annual basis. If we did a rate study on an annual basis, it would probably go up every year.
So then, do you foresee us having to do another rate study to possibly increase in the future? And if so, what does that look like?
We won't know until we have to seek funding for a grant or other improvements. So right now, this is again, just to make us whole, to correct the error.
Right, I understand that.
So.
And then I would also like for the record to reflect that all of these people that haven't spoken previously didn't know about these meetings. So we're obviously not doing enough to get the word out. So again, being proactive, I will gladly volunteer my time to help spread the word.
And we appreciate that. All right. At this time, we have ordinance 2026-02 for the water utility rate.
Okay, can I ask you one quick question?
Yes, sir,
Since there's three of you here, does it take a unanimous vote?
it does.
Thank you.
All right. Ordinance 2026-02 is previously presented with no changes in ordinance amending the 2021-11 ordinance establishing new rates and charges for the use and services rendered by the waterworks system of the town of Lapel, Indiana. Presented by title, I make a motion to approve the rates as presented.
Second.
Chad,
Yes,
Lindsay,
Yes.
Christie,
Yes,
motion carries. All right. Any council member comments or concerns?
I have questions.
Yes, ma'am.
So I understood why we had to do this tonight. I'm not happy about it. I've made that 100% clear. I don't think any of us are happy about it. I get
No.
that you're worried. Thank you for coming and speaking. We wanted to hear what you had to say. Do we have the ability to make changes to our policies to give people time to acclimate to this? Things like a moratorium on disconnects through maybe the first of the year. Maybe changing our policy instead of disconnecting after 7 or 10 days. Instead, when you reach a specific balance on a specific utility, and then giving a specific amount of time that if you don't cure that balance within 6 to 12 months, we disconnect then. Here's why I'm asking. It makes it a lot easier to go try to find funding resources if we have a set amount that will keep the utility on for the person. It makes it a lot easier for the resident to go to the trustee, to the church, to a social service, something like that, to find a subsidy. Do we have the ability to do that as a council through resolution or an ordinance?
For sure. Where I have to turn to legal on this because we are governed by a set of laws, being a municipal utility. So we don't have the same forgiveness as a corporation. So
We can, short answer, I guess, is yes, we can make changes, but like Jed said, there are limits to what we can do. And then, of course, those changes, if they impact the funds that are coming in or funds that are going out, money that we're spending, that's, I mean, talking practically, that's going to affect, rates as well, because we can't operate at a deficit. So if we were to incur costs, then we have to calculate those in as well. But it's 100% something that
And
I think we can and should look at.
We could always potentially run this through Crohn's to see what the impact would be and put a stop on it to say, if we made this change, we would review it potentially after the first of the year to see if the change had a negative impact or a positive impact, and we could always reverse it then if it was becoming problematic, couldn't we, if we did something like that?
Yeah, I'm guessing you could. I mean, I don't know the rules and laws of it either. That would be something we would have to ask them. But I'm gonna be honest with you, we probably only shut 2 people to 5 people off a month anymore anyway, and they're usually the same people. I never shut anybody off who's trying to pay their bill. If they can pay $20 and we can set them up on a payment plan, I do it. And that's the last thing I wanna do is shut
Right,
somebody
right.
off because they're having a hard time. We actually have had several people, I mean, a lot of times Diane will call them and say, hey, we're doing shut-offs tomorrow, you're on the list, did you forget to pay your bill, or are you having a hard time? As long as they pay us something, I don't shut them off.
I figured that. I was just more along the lines of to have some way, it would just make it easier to maybe try to get a grant set up that's a short term or even, you know, for them to have a specific amount. Because otherwise what happens is they go get help for this bill and the next bill, they're in the same boat. They need a couple months to adjust their finances around, you know?
And we have a payment plan thing set in our system as well. If you can't pay this month, but you'll get it straightened out next month or whatever, we can set it up where it'll take $10 extra a month to pay the $100 you couldn't pay last month. And we can-
Gotcha.
So there's a way to do those kind of things set up in the system.
And then I know we still have the angel fund available, right? to
It's
where-
available, if anybody wants to donate to help, and I don't know how we can specify who it would go to, but if you wanna donate money, we have an angel fund already set up, that if somebody's struggling, we can pull money out of there. We had an angel who used to do that, and she's no longer with us, but we still have the fund open. Anybody that wants to come in and donate is more than welcome to.
Okay. So more or less just pointing out that we're gonna work with people. This isn't, you're not gonna, you know, have your water shut off, and there are maybe some things that we can look at doing. If you wouldn't mind, if we could ask Crone if any of those changes would be so impactful, just to give people peace of mind that we are trying to address the concern, to give them at least, you know, try to help them through the holidays to adjust to whatever that increase may be, whether it's finding ways to conserve water, which it's one of the things I'm working on to try to find resources to help people with that, whether it is trying to adjust some other things around so they can free up that extra money. You know, just 3 or 4 months might make the difference for somebody in terms of breathing room.
Lindsay?
I think that's really a good thing to have that angel bell, but there is no way in hell. You're gonna give it to the same person, or it's just gonna magically disappear again, like the parks money, and everything else just disappear. There's no money, and I think it's a good thing to have that, because I know somebody who desperately struggles month after month after month, but you can't, she gets it paid, but
So then if you
you don't wanna I wanna be like, just give it to that person, not.
That's fine, you're more than welcome to come in and donate it to a specific person. I have no problem with you doing that. No problem.
I'm just saying, like, as in a whole, a big fund, there's no funds
I
left.
think along those
They've
lines, yeah.
disappeared.
What are the parameters
Yeah.
to be?
The people that don't really need it are gonna.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
those-
a good idea, like to
Yeah.
put something in place around that.
And
But if you know somebody, there's tons of people that aren't gonna ask for help, they're just gonna struggle.
Sure.
So I would say if you know somebody that needs help, you can let us know too. So that we have a list of people we
Right.
know, and I think it means a lot coming from someone that's not the person asking for the money too.
Right, and there is the Eagles, they help in the wintertime. If you know somebody in first part of December that, hey, these people are struggling, we go in and they bring us the money, they say, here's $400. You can pick 4 people, 2 people, however many people that need. If there's 4 that need a little bit of help or 4 that need a lot of help and you need to split it. But the women at the Eagles and the men at the Eagles do two separate donations every December. So if anybody knows someone that's struggling but doesn't want to say anything, I totally understand it. I've struggled before in my time too. It's not easy, especially being young. I know a lot of young people that struggle because of things like this. I did. But if you know someone or want to help someone, they'll write you a receipt that you paid on their bill. They don't even have to know you did it. When their bill goes out the next month, that $100 isn't on there that they owe.
that's why we're working to set up some type of system that either from the donation there, if you on your Duke Energy bill, they have that option. Do you want to make a donation? There's things we have to do to get that kind of stuff set up. We just cannot use we can't take if, oh, we had an extra $100 this month, we can't use ratepayer money to pay towards other ratepayers.
Well, who's gonna oversee that fund?
That will all be managed by our clerk treasurer's office.
Who's gonna oversee?
To Congo review.
The state.
Your state oversees me.
Yeah.
The
They
state
audit,
oversees me.
yeah, they audit.
Okay.
There's a misconception that the people on the council have the ability to view, I'm sorry, pardon me, this didn't come out.
You're muffled for some reason.
I know. There's a misconception that the people on the council have the ability to view who owes what. Yeah, I've had many people say, well, why didn't the council notice this bill was so big? Well, just so you know, your bills are confidential. They're not shared with us. There's a limited number of people who have access to what you're billed and what you owe, and that's for your privacy. And the same would be the case if you need help and you come to us and you say, we need help, or not, don't come to me because I don't know, but go to Teresa, go to Diane. And that information is kept confidential. No one else in town is gonna have access to that, including the people sitting here on the council. So I just wanna make that clear, like, that is not, we may make the ordinances that set the rates, but we don't, I think my battery died. We don't actually look at what you owe.
Take the salt out of your mouth.
All right.
You guys.
I have no comments or concerns other than this has been the most insane, mentally taxing process I've been through in my almost 7 years on this council. It is not something that we do lightly. It is not something we want to do, but we have laws we have to follow. And at the end of the day, that is our governing force. I appreciate the comment saying if you don't like what we've done, don't vote for us the next time. That is absolutely, you're right. That is the way to hold us as elected officials accountable is to vote with your voice. I always like to tell people there's two ways for us to be held accountable. If we break the law, we go to prison, or we don't get elected. It's that simple. We all up here are regular people that have chosen, whether it's wisely or foolishly, to go down to a courthouse and put our name on a piece of paper and say, we want to do something to be part of the process and try to help. And that's what we try to do. We try to help and make the best decisions we can for the citizens of Lapel on a day in and day out basis. That's our goal. Are there times where we're dealt a not so great sandwich like this one? Absolutely. But again, we're regular folks. We rely on experts. We relied on an expert for the study in 2021. We hired a different expert in 2026.
So which one's right? How do we really know which one was right, which one's wrong? You
We
just
really
need
tried
the
for
money,
this one. This
basically.
version wanted to be wrong.
That's what I just hear, is you need them,
Yes,
you need money.
We really hope this one was wrong.
You hope.
And
I mean, that's what I'm saying, you have no idea
No, when I
what
say-
you're doing. You
No.
have no clue.
when I say we hoped it was wrong, we hope that there was some type of other mistake that made it, oh, it said it needs to be this, we're hoping it was actually this. But this one, it went through all the checks and the balances and it's accurate. And it's unfortunate.
That's
But,
what I was saying, like, who are you checking it against?
so, they've come out and done the work, so. All right, with nothing else, I am going to make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you, everybody.